Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting Wednesday night of racing here on Start Your Systems TV. We are in Detroit tonight, also known as home of the turn that goes up into the stands apparently every week, but this week we're going in turn one. Thank you again for joining us all tonight. I am once again joined in the booth with Checkers. How are you doing tonight?
Well, I'm a hell of a lot more excited than you sound, Motoagogo. I'm doing well.
Sorry if I
Another
sound a little bit
night,
under the weather. I
racetrack
will be here with you
gaming.
guys tonight though.
MotoOption Supercross presented by Racetech. We're round, I think 11. Holy crap, no, round 12.
12,
This
yeah.
season's just flying by.
Yeah, already going by quick. We're back, as we are just saying before we got live, we are back in the East Coast. So we're going to wrap up a little bit more of the 250 action on that side, and of course more of the 450 action as we round out. Checkers, I know you got those qualifying times up. Let's hear how the 250s are shaping up tonight.
Starting with the 250s, Connor Oliak looking to keep chipping into that points lead, or he may be the points leader. I'm actually pulling that up as we speak. He was our top qualifier with a 54.9 second lap time, but Connor Linz is back this week, second qualifying spot. Then comes Salty, Walty Gebhardt, Andre Santos, and Victor Nykot. Those were your top five in the 250 class. SYSTV's own Kellen Brower was the 10th fastest rider in the 250 East Series.
Great to hear so far. And Kellen coming off of I'm 99% sure I didn't have a chance to check because I had a busy day. Fifth last week, correct? In his race, was it fifth?
That sounds correct, and he actually moved up to the fourth spot in that 250 East Point Series that I just talked about. Looking at the standings, Connor Holiak was able to capitalize last week on Linz, of course, being suspended for 1 week. Linz is now 2 points behind Connor Holiak. Holiak leads with 95 points, Linz on 93. Santos, Brower, and Blakely top five in points in the 250 East. And looks like we're already heat racing here. Is that correct?
No, I just saw wheels out a second ago, and now we're just now loading back in.
It says 450 Supercross heat number one.
Oh, wow. All right. Yeah,
So Samuel Bergeron, Cody Dollar, Spencer Turley, Ryan Mahan, Matthias Janis, Sean Klein, Clay Alfrey, Devin Ryan, Zoa Cross, Tyson Fresquez, James Armstrong, Devin Davis, Rush Chapman, Jesse Mullins, Jeremy Hinders, Casey Ohlert, Brian Haskell, Jack Fowler, Jesse Wildman, Andrew Wood round out your field in the 450s, and the qualifying times for that: Smith, Armstrong, Shipley, Mullins, Wieland, top five, Fresquez, sixth. Rounding out your top 10 was the 188 of Clay Alfrey. He was at the tail end of the top 10.
Also, can we double check that we're online, or we are live right now? Nobody's really talking to see whether we're live.
Live.
Okay,
Yes,
just
we
make
are.
sure.
The gate's
All right, sorry.
down.
Watching all
Holy
live.
crap, we're going
Here
racing.
we go.
Into the elevated turn, Zoa Cross had the whole shot, falls over, takes Chapman with him, along with Jesse Mullins, who's back to action tonight. So Sean Klein takes the lead, Andrew Wood in the number 2 spot.
Yeah, A Wood, as we just said, Skline out front. Going to see Skline get this early start. A little swappy at the end there, but making it through. Allhart right there with him. Fresquez in a good spot in the top 5 with Davis right ahead of him. Also, guys, if your internet is a little bit buffering tonight, we are pushing as high as 4K bitrate tonight. Decided to push it up a little bit. I've got fiber optics. If it's a little bit laggy for you, we do have an option in the bottom right to turn it down, but we're trying to push the best quality we can tonight. Once again, back out front, looks like Skline has a good lead. Top 4, of course, making it through in this 450 heat. So right now, looks like Davis in the final transfer. Tyson with the inside line. Gonna take that spot away. So Tyson back into the final transfer with Davis right behind.
Davis falling under pressure from Ryan Mahan now, the 37 split fire rider. Gonna try to go outside in here. Oh, clips the back wheel of Davis, finds himself on the ground. Back at the
Janis
front
in there with him too.
We have a battle for the lead. Casey Ohlert launching the triple hard inside of Klein. Both are going to have to roll as Andrew Wood, no, he goes down, can't capitalize, so Fresquez comes through. Davis gets into Wood. Shocker, Davis and Wood get together, both end up on the ground.
I'm going to go on board really quick with Allhart here. Let me know if anything happens with the final transfer position. I've yet to see a true lapper on this track, having to set up everything for the stream, but...
Rush Chapman has that final transfer right now with a reasonable gap over Jeremy Hinders.
Go across the line here, so we get our first look. Oh, on board as Skline makes a mistake, almost gets into Allhart.
Ohlert gets into the back of him, actually slid out, so now Fresquez all over the back door of the 93 of Casey Ohlert.
Let's just step back one spot, watch the master at work. Of course, your points leader right now and last year's champion, Tyson Fresquez. He always seems to be at times just past that envelope and just makes it look so clean at the same time. Tripling that. Oh, ow. That'll do it.
Fresquez down because Davis has moved back into the 4 spot. You gonna be able to capitalize on Fresquez? No. Tyson gets back going.
Yeah, Mahan right here as well. Mahan holding on to the outside the bubble with Davis having a pretty comfortable ride right now, but not a big space, of course, between them.
Davis with a mistake. Mahan gonna go triple-double. Davis had to go double-triple. Loses a little bit of time. All these guys leave the inside wide open after the finish line. Great block pass opportunity there for sure.
Yeah, as the night evolves, especially, you know, for anybody that's new watching, they only get an hour in qualifying. In qualifying, you really don't want to cut each other off because you're trying to all get your good, you know, fast lines in. But now that you're racing, I agree, that line is definitely going to be used up throughout the night. I just don't know if everybody's quite noticed it yet.
Oh, that was Fresquez down again. So now Hinner's going to come by Mahan into the final transfer. Hinner's goes down. Fresquez trying to wait for a safe spot to rejoin the action, but he's dropped to the 6th spot. Matthias Janis sits 5th. Ryan Mahan, of course, capitalizes into a transfer spot.
Wow, crazy for Tyson not to make it through in a heat, but I mean, still a little bit longer left in this heat, but dropping back this late. Actually, I take that back. If anybody could do it, it's Tyson.
Yeah, absolutely. Sean Klein continues to lead. Ohlert, solid ride in 2nd. Davis in 3rd. Surprise up here, probably Ohlert. Klein's showed some speed this year. Ohlert, definitely probably the best performance we've seen out of him thus far. Of course, teammates with our fast qualifier tonight, Jeremy Smith.
Tyson trying to get around Janis here.
Oh, commentator's curse. Casey Ohlert is on the ground. It's going to allow Devin Davis to move on by.
Oh,
and
Tyson's down again. Sorry. Keep an eye on our points later. Yeah, back to Ohlert in Mahan. Yeah, Janis went down. Sadly, collected Fresquez with him.
Looking at the lap times as they come by, they're going to have 2 to go now as 5 minutes about to expire. Then the white flag will come out. Sean Klein, 56.4 fast lap, 55.4 for Devin Davis, 55.2 for Mahan, 57.3 for Ohlert. Fresquez has moved to the 5th spot, but he's 14 seconds out of that last transfer spot. Got a lot of ground to make up in a short amount of time to do it.
Yeah, definitely on the hunt right now. If any chance he has, he's going to put down the best laps he possibly can these last 2.
Ohlert makes another mistake. He's the man to watch right now. He has that final transfer spot going into this wall double.
Yeah, Tyson's so far the only one that I've seen go for the triple in that. Kind of actually OJ'd it last time I saw him go for it, but I want to see if he tries it again this time. Let's see if he's got it.
Rush Chapman actually did it early in the race as well, and also keep an eye on the rhythm before the finish. A couple different options, and a few guys actually were hitting a quad in that during qualifying.
Let's see if Fresquez, I keep calling him Tyson, but either way, everybody knows what I'm talking about. See if Fresquez goes for it.
I'm guessing at this point he has nothing to lose, but no, he didn't get into the corner good enough to go for it. There is a rider down that's a lapper in front of him. Ohlert still sits 13 seconds out, so 55 flat for Tyson, not going to get it done. He needs some help from the guys in front of him.
Right now looks like Ohlert looking pretty solid. I mean, having a couple of hiccups here or there, but really nothing. Oh, there's a little one right there, but nothing too heavy. Oh, the case on that triple, though, that could have been disastrous.
Probably go to the front of the field, coming around the final corner. The 74 of Sean Klein going to win heat number 1 from Detroit. Shocker for the 74 DM racing rider. Devin Davis, DX3, going to go straight to the main of the 2 ride. Mahan right there, and Casey Ohlert going to take the final transfer spot. Fresquez, Hinners, Janis, James Armstrong, another heavy hitter, Zoe Cross, Jesse Mullins, and Spencer Turley will also be in that semifinal round here in the 450s. Welcome back to racing, of course, for the number 9 of Mullins. 6-week suspension is up, and
yeah, I didn't even notice that. Actually, I totally forgot about the whole suspension. Yeah, Fresca's always a surprise not to see him come directly out of a heat, but of course, in 450 class, heat is only top 4. Not quite like it is in 250s, where top 9 and you have a little bit more wiggle room, so we'll definitely see him more than likely go through the semi. If not, it's definitely going to be a showdown in the LCQ. But of course, Heat 2 coming up next. Why was Mullins suspended? I'm 90% sure it's a bad track re-entry, wasn't it? Oh, no.
Mullins was suspended for
That's right.
unplugging his Ethernet cable, causing
that's
him to be
right.
purposely lagging out and basically being on the track by himself. We're on the line. Michael Wheeler, Josh Hamilton, Peter, Locomotive Like, Tyler Schmidt moving up to the 450, Reed Young, Zach Dupuy, Dom Saulnier, Jack Haley, Alex Heckman, Toby Stocks, Jeremy Shipley, Jeremy Smith, Jeff Cooper, Dominic Tiberino, Craig Leak, Dylan Copeland, Matt Burkeen, Brock Pearson, Bryce Whelan, rounding out your field.
I'm going to keep an eye on Shipley here. He's got the very inside gate. I want to see how that works out tonight for the, of course, incline turn. Gate dropped.
Great start out of the inside for Bryce Whelan. And he's going to lead the way on the 67 BGFX machine.
Yeah, that elevated turn's been a little bit of a hassle for some people tonight. I've yet to even see what it feels like on the track, but...
Jeremy Smith, fast qualifier in the 2 spot, giving chase right away, looking for an opening around Whelan. Whelan, absolutely super fast.
There's the front flip from Burkeen, and he cases and still lands it. Classic Burkeen.
Sits 4th. Of course, Peter, the Locomotive Like Prime Design Graphics, runs in the 3rd spot right now.
Yeah, early.
All these guys.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, all these guys electing to use the outside in the sand. We'll see if that changes up at all as the night goes on. Guys start looking for an opening.
Yeah, early heat, 2 450s. It's going to shake up quite a bit. We have Saulnier back here. It looks like Leak, Dupuy, seeing through the list. Schmidt back here, Heckman. Quite a few guys that can definitely shake things up in this top 4. But right now, good battle for the lead with Whelan and Smith.
For sure. Smith looking for an opening. He was our fast qualifier, so he definitely had this track dialed in right away.
On board with Smith right now, just watching him charge through this track.
Oh, Smith gets a little huckabuck off the top of the Dragon's back, but saves it.
Another Dragon this week. It seems like they really like that this year.
Went for that triple
the triple in, yep.
Surprised it's faster, you get so much hang time. Holding tough in the 3 spots, Like with heavy pressure from Burkeen as well. As the battle for the lead separates, Burkeen starts to look for an opening on Like. Oh, Burkeen gets into the back of him, goes down.
Oh.
Stays on the bike though. Teammate Dylan Copeland not able to capitalize. But Tiger Zion's riders running 4 and 5 right now.
Oh, Copeland. Oh, I thought he went down there from the angle that I had. But
Jeremy Smith did go down. He's back up and going, but he surrenders second to Peter Like.
A lot of amazing stuff happening already early in this race. I wonder if Burkeen has another front flip in him. I doubt it as he's trying to charge back up, but we'll see. Oh. Oh, the case, though. It looks like he's going to keep that in repetition.
The Smith slides out again, trying to go after Like. And now Burkeen going to be kind of all over him, and out front, Whelan just running with this thing.
Yeah, Whelan already opening up a 6.9 second lead. Of course, Like, Smith, Burkeen in that order. Behind them, Copeland, a bit of a gap. Oof. Especially with that little bobble there, it's going to cause him to eat up a little bit more time of a gap. We always talk about here Detroit, the incline turn, a fan favorite.
Yeah, it's a little bit interesting because of the way you come into it with so much speed, and then you're on the brakes, you really compress your suspension at the bottom, and if you're not careful, when it rebounds back up, you'll lose traction. It's really easy to slide out, as it's a pretty steep bank, but it's not steep enough to keep the pressure on your tires, and yeah, there's a moment there where you definitely can slide out, which obviously make these starts interesting as well, because you're flying into that thing.
Yeah, it looks I'm just saying, I'm also agree with them switching it up this year to having it at the very start. It's always unique to see where they add it to the track, and I think that's, I don't know, it was kind of a risky call on their
Something new,
part, but
something
good
cool.
idea. Yeah, exactly.
Also, just saw that Jeremy Smith's using the inside before the rhythm into the finish. He's going on off triple single where everyone else is going over that table. Just different rhythm. Didn't look. Oh,
Ooh,
Blake is up into the bales. Here
yep.
comes Burkeen. Blake trying to safely get back going. He's going to stay in fourth for now.
It's pretty close to Copeland now. Copeland is easily within a big mistake.
Absolutely. Copeland's ridden a solid race here in fifth, and he's kind of been just waiting for that mistake, and then he makes one of his own and loses all that time right back.
Dang. Oh, and
Blake's
then
heart rate's got to be
Case's.
up a little bit, though, I'm guessing.
So still out right now at front. We've got Whelan, Smith, Burkeen, and Light. Kind of a
Yep.
slow race here, but
Two to
Copeland
go.
still within. Anything can happen. Oh, as we said, Light is down.
Oh, here comes
There is
Copeland.
Copeland. Just as we
Blake's
talked
gonna
about.
get back going. Now we have a battle for the last transfer on our hands. Watch the inside here after the finish. Blake's looking for it. Keeps it clean.
Very
Likes
clean.
not to go out and be aggressive. Now Copeland gonna hug that inside light, gonna try to get a run on him. Oh, Copeland, interesting line there. I think he actually meant to tire tap that, and it worked out pretty well as he gets into
Oh,
and Light goes down.
and Light makes the big mistake.
Copeland kind of crossed over in the whoops there. I don't know if it was a rebound from the whoops or setting up from the corner, or he went to block Lake's line. Either way, it works out in his favor. Now Jeff Cooper is in fifth, and he's 10 seconds behind, so Copeland's got a little bit of a gap here in the last transfer spot. Out front, white flag flies. Bryce Whelan, Bentley Graphics.
Slight battle
BGFX.
here between the final two outside the bubble right now with Light and Cooper. And also we got Stocks right here too, just suddenly sneaking up. Didn't quite see him. I think so. They'll turn me up in a second.
Want to give some love to Whelan on this last lap as he's leading the way, trying to take it gate to checkers. Great performance here from Whelan, and maybe a couple surprise heat winners. Whelan always been fast, but not necessarily got to win the races in the 450 class. Especially using that inside in the sand here.
Yeah, good job to Whelan though once
nice
again.
Line. He's going to get out into the tough blocks, but saves it. One more corner. And Bryce Whelan going to win heat number 2 of the 450 class from Detroit. Jeremy Smith safely going to bring home a number 2 spot on the number 4 machine. Go straight to the main. Matt Burkeen, be pulled over. It looks like he's going to maybe wait to ride the semi if he's done this previously.
Yeah, it's really interesting when he does this.
Dylan Copeland going to come through for third now. So the benefactor looks like it's going to be Jeff Cooper, potentially if Burkeen does in fact wait, which it looks like he's going to. Jeff Cooper's going to go by. Burkeen looking for a little more track time. Is going to put himself into a semi-transfer.
That's scrub though.
Jeff Cooper saying thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm really...
Burkeen, Stocks, Haley, Peter Like, Bro, Tiberino, Zach Dupuis, Craig Leake, and the rest of the boys. They're going into that LCQ. Also, Tyler Schmidt and Jeremy Shipley. Schmidt moving up to the 450 class. Remember, he has the number 1 in the 250 East Series out of the championship contention. Just said, screw it, I'm going 450 racing, boys. And Shipley, big surprise, 18th place in that.
Yeah, I did not expect that from him at all tonight, but, just sometimes he'd just go your way or not. He could have pulled off earlier, anything could happen.
For those wondering why he might want to go to the semi, Burkeen says he gets bored, wants more track time racing, so he's not in a title contention, so if he didn't make the main, it wouldn't be the end of the world.
He also wants to keep that record for most front flips in his...
Chase DeSalle, Thomas Sillick, James Cohen, Logan Leitzel, Connor Linz, Brett Heather, Logan McSweeney, Tyler Lang, Tyler Fry, Eduardo Simos, Ethan Parks, Cody Branson, Jeremy Patterson, Kellen Brower, Andre Santos, Josh Betts, Riley Moran. We're going to take 9 riders out of this first 250 East heat race.
Yeah, as soon as I load in, taking a minute here. Here we go.
right.
Here we go.
Revs are up. I think those 252 strokes can have an advantage on the start tonight. I'm watching Brower.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they take this first turn, as we were just talking about.
Gate is down. Brower with a good start. Got the 18 running up hard inside of him, and that's going to tee Connor Linz taking the whole shot.
Yeah, Linz come back
Santos
strong.
To second, along with Cody Branson, and Branson gets aggressive, puts them both down. That was a stupid move.
Yeah, that was. It looks like up here we got Linz out front still. Brower, of course, your starter system's main guy up here. Looks like Fry right here with him. Parks, Silic, Simos, McSweeney, Branson up here, and then finally Cohen for your top 9 as of, immediately lap 1.
And 2 of the top 3 on those 2 strokes. And I think there's only 2 of them in the field. So what did I say about them getting good starts?
That is true. Looks like Josh Bett's going to get up into the action now, too. He's going to get 3 for 1 in that corner. Going to go from, looks like 14th to 11th. Not quite still in. Sorry, grabbing a much-needed glass of water there. Oh. It looks like Silic right now is actually to sell. Your final transfer right now actually is not going to be with Cohen. Who was that on the ground? That was McSweeney on the ground.
I'll be right back.
You are fine. Looks like DeSalle and
Check Errors has left your channel.
Cohen is going to be here in the final transfer right now. Oh, here comes Betts drag racing up the inside. Dragonback seems very tough for the 250s tonight. Oh, who was that did not make the triple? That would be Fred Heather? No, that was Tyler Fry. Not quite making it through. Out front, though, is still Connor Linz. Brower having a good ride. That's up here as well, so it's good to go ahead and Heather up here. Keeping an eye here towards the back end, making sure. Oh, good passing there by Fry. Fry was down earlier and was not able to make the triple back out, but he's now back into a transfer position as of now. We'll keep an eye on his spot. McSweeney and Cohen. Oh, and Fry makes another mistake. Stays up there. Still good battle from Fry with right in front. Oh, McSweeney, who is that down? That'd be Fred Heather. So he's definitely going to drop back a ways here. It's on lap 3 already. Lap 3, Fry is still your final transfer. Just keep an eye, being 100% sure. DeSalle is 1 out. Fry does get the pass on McSweeney. Puts McSweeney back to final transfer. Nope, drag racing back. Those are 2 riders down. Looks like Simos and Ethan Parks both down. Bummer to see Triptez not having the best ride. He's going to hold on to 1 inside. Cohen's going to be the final transfer. Good battle here for the final, though, with Simos on the inside. Not going to make it work, but here they go on the incline turn. Oh, and somebody else is down. Caused Simos to go down. Quite a bit of carnage on this track already tonight. 250s definitely having a rougher time than the 450s were earlier. DeSalle is your final transfer with Fry behind and Heather behind him. Oh, the pass right there. Cohen looks like it's going to drop to the final transfer. Here comes Fry back around again, battling. Talking about that earlier in the sand section, wondering if people are going to use the inside. Doesn't look like the inside is as fast as the outside, or is smooth, definitely. Fry's going to make a mistake.
Check Errors.
Not that bad, though. Cohen
channel.
is back right behind him. Wasn't too bad of a mistake. It still looks like Fry is going to be your final transfer for now.
Santos trying to recover after getting cleaned out with a good start. Bummer for him. There are a group of guys in front of them. DeSalle, Parks, and Fry right in front of Santos. He just needs one of them.
Yeah, it's been an interesting battle. Most of them have
there's
gone.
a rider down.
Yep, that was
Parks.
Yep.
Parks back going in the 10 spot. He's still within striking distance of Santos to try to get it back.
And still a whole lap ahead of him once they go across the line. So you'll see. Oh, Santos, big swap into the sand.
Yeah, so Lynch just beat that 5-minute mark to the line. So 2 to
more.
go for him, and a little more than that for these guys. Parks all over the back wheel of Santos right now. Here comes that inside after the finish. Is he going to go for it? No, he's going to tuck in.
Yeah, Parks has always been known as the consistent whatever line works for him unless he has to pull the trigger. And I don't know, it doesn't seem like that inside would work too well for his ride style.
Yeah, not on the 250 especially. The 450 you can make it work pretty competitively. Oh, there's a rider down in the berm.
Yep. Oh,
that looks like it's
Parks,
DeSalle.
it's into him.
Gets back going, but now he's out of the transfer.
Yeah, kind of surprised to see DeSalle not doing that well tonight. Last week he had a great ride, or was it last week? I think on 450s, right? Or no? I remember if it was DeSalle. I thought he rode 450s.
I think it was
week.
DeSalle last
yeah.
week. I thought
he had a really good ride.
250.
Yeah. And then back to East Coast again, of course, tonight for 250s.
Andre Santos is now back in the 9 spot as Parks was able to make the move on him with a little mistake in the sand, and now DeSalle knocking on the door of Santos.
Yeah, DeSalle all over
looking
him.
inside again. And the white flag is out, so this is the last lap for that last transfer. DeSalle sees an opening. He's got it.
Very clean, too. It was crazy to see Santos go clear across blocking. Here's a drag race back by. Santos up the inside. Makes it happen.
Ooh. Keeping it clean but aggressive for this last transfer. DeSalle's coming back again.
Oh.
Not as clean there, and they're both down. Here comes Cohen.
That's going to give Parks a good chance to run.
The corner, though. Yes, he is. As Connor Lins takes the win, but the last transfer is on the line. Cohen has it. DeSalle wants it.
Yeah, DeSalle definitely showed how badly he wants it, and Cohen is off the track. Yep.
Got to be nervous, and he's got DeSalle coming hard. Cohen's going to use the inside. DeSalle around the outside. DeSalle's got him teed up. Takes him to the berm, makes the move. Can Cohen answer back into this last turn? They're both going to triple, then single.
Oh,
Cohen's
here he goes.
Got it teed up.
Oh,
way too nice for a last transfer. Cohen's going to be going to that LCQ unless it comes down to cuts.
Also got to give him credit on that amazing wheelie to the final rollers before the finish line there. Let's see, with cuts, does not matter there. So cuts in, looks like top 9 going through is going to be Lins out front, Branson, Silic, Betts, McSweeney, Brower making it through, of course. Start your systems. Fry, Parks, and DeSalle making it all the way to the main right away. All right, Heat 2, 250 is coming up to the line.
Oh, I forgot the rundown. We're going to skip the rundown on this one and just go straight into the action.
Not a problem at all. The Holiak is in here, Gebhardt as well, Lewis Nycott, Richards is in here. Let's go with Richards off to start. Richards, big surprise last
Jake
week.
Rose had the whole shot, got bumped from the 64, who got bumped by someone else, and Walter Gebhardt, another 2-stroke hole shot.
Yeah, Carlo right behind. They had a pretty good battle into that hole shot, but Gebhardt definitely pulled ahead.
Cohenauer, Lewis are your top 4. Rowdy Houston rounds out your top 5. Shyman, Richards, Jake Rose, Victor Nycott right now your top 9 spots.
I keep an eye on Nycott right now, as we just said, in the final transfer.
Oh, there's a few riders down. One of them was Salty Walty. The other was Cohenauer.
Yep. So Aaron Bono, Big Fluffy's going to get around him, looks like. A little bit further back than he wants to be.
Carlo almost down with the lead, surrenders that to Tyler Lewis. They're going bar to bar over the finish for the lead.
Oliak having a little bit of trouble back here in 8th, still holding on to it though. 9th is going to be Nikon.
Battle for the lead is back and forth right now between Lewis and Carlo. Lewis looking for an opening. They've already swapped this position a couple of times. Lewis really aggressive looking up the inside right there.
Hohenauer and Bono not too far away from these two. Oh, and Nikon versus Scheiman battle in this final transfer. Will actually be for 8th. Oh, Scheiman goes to the bubble, and Scheiman almost off track.
Check errors has left your channel.
Oh, and big mistake there, so it's going to allow Bono and Hohenauer to get by. Hohenauer is going to be the final transfer with Big Fluffy in 10th. Oh, and the big block by Houston. Do anything he can not to let Hohenauer get by. Big Fluffy once again right there. If Bono can do anything he can. Working up the inside on Hohenauer, not quite making it happen yet. I should go on board with him and see how it looks on his view, trying to chase him down. Oh, and he jumps over Hohenauer. That makes a big mistake, so looks like Bono is that quickly going to take over 9th, and he gets 8th as well. Nope, not yet. Total wheel on it, definitely. Oh, Hohenauer into the tough blocks. And he has Wilson right behind him, so definitely falling back a little bit. So right now, back out front, we got Carlo. Let's see what type of lead he's sitting at. Carlo with a 0.7 second lead. Oh, and here comes Lewis right behind. Might as well keep an eye on this lead battle for a second here. And he looks up the inside. Very clean racing. And Carlo gets the pass for a second there. Lewis is going to get it back. Clean racing between these two. And right there behind him, Holiak as well, getting a look. Oh, and Holiak goes into the inside, so he's going to take over second. Great ride for Holiak. Let's actually go on board with him. And there he is, right there on the back of the leader. Oh, little mistake from Holiak. There you go. Holiak just like that to the lead, and we have a new leader, of course. Second's going to be Lewis, third Carlo, Rose, Nikon. Oh, Nikon, big case. It's going to allow Bono to get by. Bono up to a top 5. Great ride for him in the pro class here tonight. Hohenauer and Gebhardt. Salty Walty is always right behind. Salty's going to get by Hohenauer. It looks like behind them, Houston. Nikon is your final transfer right now. Reed and Richard, sadly, not quite making it in. A little bit left, or a little bit time left in the second heat. Go back out front, take a look. Holiak still pulling away. Lewis swapping through the whoops. Doesn't go legs off, but him and Carlo both slide out. There goes Jake Rose taking over second place. But once again, pretty awesome ride for Big Fluffy here, top 5. Let's see if we can hold on to it. Hohenauer, Gebhardt, Houston just looking through, seeing if there's any battles in this top 9. Reed still one man out. Not too far away from Nikon, as you can see right there. He's still within a lane. Nikon trying to get past Houston here. He is going to, not yet. Drag race. Tries that inside line. Cut back inside again. Really great multi-line racing here tonight. Oh, and Houston gets into the back of him. So that is going to allow Reed to get by. And Richard's not going to make it through yet, but Reed is going to be the final transfer now on this final lap. Oh, I don't know who that rider was. I thought he was about to take Reed out. Not sure if he might have been invisible to him, but that looked a little sketchy. Who was that re-entering the track? Anybody important? It was not. Reed should still be... Oh, no, he's in 8th now. Gebhardt down in 9th, going backwards, trying to get going again. Houston down as well. Wonder what happened there. But right now, your winner, of course, is going to be Holiak. Rose is going to take 2nd. Lewis is going to take 3rd. Carlo is going to get 4th. 5th, Big Fluffy, Aaron Bono. Congratulations to him. One of his few pro races. Really happy. You can see he was humping on that finish line. Nycott going to make it through. And 6th, 7th is going to go to Reed. Cohenauer, 8th. And your final transfer is going to be Salty, Walty Gebhardt. Behind him is going to be Holm, Houston, Richards, Wilson, quite a few others sadly not making it through. We'll have to go to the LCQ. All right, we are back here for 450 semi number 1. Looks like here we got Mitchell, Henners, Bergeron, Shipley, Stocks, Cross, Alfrey, Janice, Saulnier, Dupuis, Wood, and a couple others. Sorry, I need to go all the way through them. Let's go ahead and let's go with Dupuis on the start here. Of course, 4 minutes plus 1 lap. Top 5 make it through to the main. Everybody else goes to LCQ. And here we go. First incline turn. First turn on the track tonight. It's like A-Wood's going to make it. Oh, the boner air from A-Wood. Barely keeps it on 2 wheels. Don't even know how he did that. Heckman is going to be your leader here in semi number 1. Like it's going to be Janice 2nd, Saulnier, Cross, and Dupuis. Got A-Wood right here. Had a great start. Dooley's over the big triple, though. Oh, A-Wood crossing a little bit. Not enough, though. Thought they were about to tangle. Right behind him is Shipley, though. Definitely wanting to get there as quickly as he can. Shipley usually in directly from a heat, having to go through the semi tonight. That is Saulnier down. Of course, go back up to the very front. Heckman is still your leader. Janice, Cross, Dupuis, and A-Wood. Shipley is 1 out right now. Let's actually go on board of Shipley, see how he's holding up. Trying to see how he gets around for top 4. Or top 5, I should say. And there it is. Oh, the case. Definitely thought he was going down, going around the lapper. Oh, the case again from Shipley. Doing anything he can to catch up. Going in for the semi. And who is that down? Not sure. That would be Zoa Cross. So Zoa Cross is going to give the spot. Looks like Hamilton's going to get around it as well. So Hamilton is now 1 out. Bill Hamilton looking pretty solid, doing anything he can to catch up. A-Wood is your final transfer. All right, so oh, big pile up there. Not sure who all was in that. Janice was in that. Looks like Shipley was also in that. Wow. All right. So let's take a look and see who is where. Heckman's still out front. Janice is going to be in second. Actually, Shipley. Sorry. Wow. Heckman down out front. So Shipley second, Hamilton third, Alfrey fourth, Dupuis fifth now, and Henners sixth. What a crazy mix-up there. So Henners right now, one of your start your systems. Main guys, you usually hear him in most YouTube videos nowadays as well. Always a side guy with Kellen. Glad to see him not having a terrible ride out there, only one out. Right now, Alfrey, your final transfer. Actually, no. Henners is now Bergeron. I wonder who went down. Like Janice might have went down again. He was running in the top 5. So Henners is now in your top 5, and then Bergeron right behind. Stocks is doing all he can. Henners, once again, just double checking. They've had a lot of mix-ups here of people having a couple of wrecks off track we don't see. Not a lot of the riders going for that triple in. Not really sure if it's worth the risk off the wall, but a couple of the riders doing it tonight. And it looks definitely looks really cool. We can give it that. Back out front, double checking. Heckman is getting chased down by Shipley. Shipley making a huge line. Looked like a quad off that. Wasn't 100% sure. Definitely ate up a ton of time behind Heckman. Here it comes from the inside. Shipley just absolutely ripping through this track. And there's the pass on Heckman. Shipley just on another level tonight. Absolutely flying. Wonder what his lap time is going to be through, so let's stay on board for a second here and see what he gets. Got a 54.5, 54.6 last lap. Very consistent, very fast. Heckman with a 55.1. Hamilton back here as well. Looks like Alfrey, 56, 56. So it looks like most... Oh, good battle here. Stocks is now caught on the back of Henners for his final transfer. Oh, and he puts Henners on the ground in the uphill turn. Henners at least didn't go legs off. Uh-oh, here goes Hamilton back again, making a mistake there. So it's going to allow Henners to get back by. So Henners back to a top 5. Final lap here, by the way. Oh, and Hamilton does go down. So Matthias Janice, your last chance to make it through. But your winner of semi number 1 is going to be Shipley. Second's going to be Heckman. Good ride for him. Alfrey in 3rd. Stocks is going to take home 4th. And 5th and final transfer is going to go to Henners with Janice 1 spot out. By the way, speaking of Janice, as we're looking at him, be sure to check him out tomorrow night for all your amateur streaming chances. It's going to be twitch.tv/MATIAS_43. That'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night, and that'll be for novice, amateur, 250, and 450. Waiting on cuts to come in to make sure the top 5 make it actually through in the final standings. All right, semi number 2. Looks like we got Fowler in here. Looks like a couple of people. Tiberino, Mullins, Armstrong, Fresquez, Haley, Ryan, Spencer Turley. A lot of guys in here. Don't have a lot of time. Let's go through, and we're going to watch Turley have to start here. Looks Looks like Fresquez with a decent start up the inside here. Fresquez is probably going to get the whole shot. He does not. Armstrong is going to grab it. Tyson looks like to be right behind with Haley as well. Haley goes a little bit high into the tough blocks. Not too bad. A couple of guys go down behind him. Actually, yard sale. Oh, Tyson does go down early. Once again, not having a great ride at the start here. He had the same issue in his heat. So Armstrong's going to take the lead here with Burkeen. Haley Burkeen goes down, I think. Up, slid out, took almost Haley with him. Leak is going to be right here. Burkeen does go down that time, so Fowler's going to get by. Tiberito nailing Fowler, but staying up somehow. A lot of carnage already, so let's keep an eye on Armstrong for a second here. Let them cool down a little bit, and we'll go back through the rankings. Armstrong cool, almost little wall tap 180 off the final roller there. Right now in second, it's going to be Haley. Spreading out a little bit is Leak, Fowler, Pearson, and Spencer Turley. Going to be one spot out right now. Pearson don't have any of his gear except for his GoPro up top, but at least we got that. Oh, and down rider, we have Fowler down. Oh, and he also gets Pearson up into the blocks as well. So Turley is going to be in your fourth spot with Wheels. Good old Wheels, of course, our host for all your pro racing nights. Good to see Wheels out here in a top 5 in transfer position right now. Oh, and Wheels makes a big mistake. Complete opposite side of the track, not where he wants to be. Looks like Fresquez is going to chase down Burkeen for this final transfer. Burkeen, a very interesting ride stance. If you ever notice, he actually sits down about 90 to 95% of the entire track. Kind of an interesting way to get around, but hey, works for him, and he's a lot faster than most of us, so can't really tell him how to ride. Here comes Tyson up the inside, looks like. Nope, not quite yet. Actually go on board with Tyson as he tries to chase down Burkeen. Beautiful up the inside. Let's just stay on board with him for the rest of the lap. Take a lap around with Fresquez. Oh, getting pinched on the inside there. Who is that ahead? Oh, and Leak is down, which also takes down Fresquez. At least doesn't go legs off. Double checking through the field now, so we still got Armstrong out front. Got Haley second, Spencer Turley third. Burkeen and Leak. One out is going to be Fresquez. And again, really quick, mid-race, just want to say thank you to all of you that are watching here tonight. If you're new to the channel and enjoying the stream, be sure to hit that follow button here. Story Systems TV does a stream mostly every single day with a little bit different content daily. Been doing a lot of rally racing on Dirt Rally, as well as some MX Simulator qualifying, everything in between. Right now, watching Fresquez hunt down Leak in this final transfer. Leak doing a great job holding him off. Tyson, that inside line before that wall jump is really saving time for anybody that goes for it. But it seems to be a bit of a risky line. And here he goes. Oh, almost getting in the back of Leak. This is the final lap, though, coming up. Let's see if Tyson can make it happen with one to go. Tyson having to check up a bit. Oh, who's that coming back on track? Anybody? It was Haley. So Haley now won out. He was in third, I think. So allows Tyson to get one in. So let's see. Haley can catch back up to any of these guys. There's quite a pack ahead of him. I mean, you have Leak, Hurley, everybody right here. Oh, and Leak makes the big mistake. Haley does get back by. Who is that now down? Doesn't look like anybody. Haley with another mistake. Burkeen was who was down. They now got Tiberino out here. A lot of carnage here tonight. Oh, and going down is Burkeen again. So it looks like your winner here so far is going to be Armstrong, Fresquez, Turley, Haley. And Tiberino is going to be your final spot. Of course, Cuts will come in. Leak not quite making it in. Or Burkeen with the front flip. Classic Burkeen, but wow, a lot happening there in that final lap or two. That was unexpected for you. I can't remember it. Don't even care. Let's see. Top 5 going through is going to be Armstrong, Fresquez, Turley. Actually, yeah, Turley and Tiberino. Just making 100% sure. All right, back through. Craig Richards is going to be in here. Patterson, Santos, Holmes, Simos, Turner, Lang, Wilson, Doron, Heather, Morin, and Leedsel, and Cohen. Looks like I missed probably a couple in there. Sorry. Going through a quick rundown, hoping that Checkers, hey, as just I say that, will come back here eventually tonight, but good to have him back. We are here at the drop of the gate here for semi number 2, 450s, and here we go. Turner.
This is a LCQ there, bud. This will be the best race of the night, the 250 LCQ, and Andre Santos going to lead the way around turn number 1.
We're doing 5 things at once. Sorry, go ahead.
Fred, Heather, Adam Holm are in the 2 and 3 spots, and Eduardo Simos.
Yeah, sorry getting about that. Brain lapse for a second there. But yeah, as you said, 250 LCQ
the Brazilian Bomber runs in the number 4 spot, trying to go to 3rd around Fred Heather. Oh, give some love to the 201. Logan Leitzel on the 2-stroke with the 125 2-stroke.
It's funny, perfect timing as you said that. Just watched him hit that triple and just ripping it on that 2-stroke over the top of it. Absolute rev limit everywhere he goes. Oh, and tiptoeing through the sand there.
The thing barely moves through the sand.
But once again, of course, anybody new in this LCQ, only top 4 will make it through. Everybody else has to go home and wait until next week. Santos with that nosedive in the lead there. Holm and Simos Heather top 4 right now. But Doron.
Santos, of course, sits 3rd in the series, and he's down on the ground. He needs to be into this main event, and that's not the way to get it done, falling down in an LCQ. He's going to try to get back in the track safely, but Tyler Lang and Trevor Doron, a couple moto chasing riders,
and he gets taken out again by Scheiman flipping through the section, so Santos has legs off, as I just said once again, so he's going to drop all the way back to 11th.
All right, last transfer is now Tyler Lang. His teammate, unfortunately, went down on the triple. That was Doron.
Yeah, Patterson up here. Wilson charging through. Cohen not having the best ride. Wilson looking solid here tonight, trying to get back through. He does get around Patterson here, up to 5th.
Oh, and Patterson goes down, so his night might just be over as well. Resetting things, Adam Holm is leading the way. Simos 2nd. Fred Heather 3rd, and Tyler Lang has that valuable last transfer spot, but Adrian Wilson is charging hard, trying to make up the time.
Yeah, Lang looking... Oh, good battle for the lead here, coming back over in here. Holm versus Simos.
The Brazilian Bomber, Eduardo Simos.
To go on board with Simos for a second as we watch him chase him down. Always exciting to watch. You see anything, of course, happening in 4th place at all randomly.
Simos actually losing touch a little bit with Holm now. He was right up on the back tire.
I think maybe just not pushing as hard, knowing he has a little bit of a cushion and just not making any mistakes.
Possibly also the track just on a 250, if you make one little mistake, it gets compounded so much just from momentum loss. And Holm makes a mistake. He's not going to be able to jump the
That
triple.
was
Here
a swap.
comes Simos.
It's one of those few times it's slow and steady, just get the spot back if somebody makes a mistake, and there you go right there.
Update on the last transfer spot. Santos has climbed back to 5th. He's 9 seconds out of the last transfer. Tyler Lang has it. He's battling with Fred Heather, though. As they come to the line, Simos leads the way. He's going to be grabbing a white flag right now. But what can Santos do? He's got 9 seconds and 1 lap to do it. They need some help from Tyler Lang, Team Moto Chasing Rider holding down the 4th spot.
Sorry, I was wishing the wife a good night. And yeah, it's just come back through here, of course, as you're just saying. Simos Holm, Heather and Lang, top 4. Santos, 1 out, which
He's
was
closing the gap, but it's
quite a ways
last lap.
back.
Gonna need some help. He needs a mistake to get close enough, at least.
Maybe one of these top 4 will pull a Burkeen and be nice enough to let him in.
Oh, and as we say that, Heather with a huge mistake.
Yep, there we go.
Now Lang is right with him now. They gotta get down this last rhythm without getting into each other. Santos not gonna quit charging.
And there we go, top 4 through. Doubt cuts will be that big for Santos to get in. Santos knows it, I think. Yep. The dead sailor to the end. So right now, looks like your top 4 is going to be Simos, Holm, Heather,
controller
Lang.
if I've ever seen one.
Oh,
as
yeah.
soon as he went over the finish line, his bike did not move at all.
Bull. Like, there's nothing left in the tank on that one. If that's true, sadly, Santos, as you said, 3rd in points. Not making it to the main tonight. Sounds like Richard's last week not making the main. But of course, cuts will come in. We have yet to know 100% for sure yet, but looking like it.
Give a shout out to Mr. Chase Donovan from Moto Chasing, one of our fine series sponsors. He's down there at the Freestone Amateur National, shooting a little coverage for me, hopefully editing some sick stuff up. And we got another LCQ coming our way. 4 more riders going to go to that 450 main event, and our mains will be set.
Yep, here we go.
Let's do a rundown. Michael Wheeler, Josh Hamilton, Peter Like, Tyler Schmidt, Reed Young, Colton Mitchell, Cody Darr, Dominic Saulnier, Matthias Janis, Devin Ryan, Zilla Cross, Jesse Mullins, Brian Askell, Rush Chapman, Jack Fowler, Craig Leake, Jesse Wildman, Samuel Bergeron, Matt Burkeen, Andrew Wood, Brock Pearson, Zach Dupuis, round out your field. I believe there's 3 past champions in here. Dupuis, Haskell, Mullins, Burkeen, and Schmidt, actually 5 past champions all on the line. Only 4 guys go to the main. Burkeen tries to get the whole shot, and he does.
Yeah, super stacked
But there goes
LCQ,
Devin
but yeah,
Ryan.
here goes Devin Ryan.
Peter the Locomotive Like up into the 3 spot. He almost got in out of that semi.
Let's keep an eye on Burkeen really quick, though. We always know what the first lap means for him. Let's see if he pulls the trigger on the big triple again this lap, as he did last race. Nope.
Oh, he gets cross-jump carved hard by Devin Ryan. He goes to the lead instead.
That was an amazing line that he had. Just lucky enough in, just the amount of room to be able
Peter
to play.
Likes down into the tough blocks.
Yeah, Pearson and Haskell now is going to be your top 4. Leake and Janis going to be your 2 out. Both those big names. Kind of hoping for the front flip. See if Burkeen's got one coming up. Not over the finish line. Janis and Leak looking solid in fifth and sixth, but of course top four are the ones that matter.
Leak all over the back door. Brian Haskell trying to get into the main event and trying to keep his internet from making him disappear.
Here goes Burkeen. No front flip still.
Of course, Janis trying to...
Oh, who was that in the background? Did you see Like?
I
don't
did not.
even know what just happened. He went flying from, I'd say, about a good 3 rows over all the way across into the main top five's line and then DC'd immediately after. I think he just knew that he made a big mistake, and Leaks all over the place suddenly, lagging.
Janis now moves into the 5 spot, trying to close in on Brian Haskell.
Oh, and Leak is down again, and he's lagging horribly.
Oh, that's Devin Ryan on the ground. Shack attack. Brian Haskell gets stuck behind him. Allows Janis to go all the way up to 3rd. Haskell stays in 4th. Devin Ryan back up and going in the 5th spot. He's got to make up some time, and only a little bit of time to do it.
Bergeron and Leak having a good battle back here. Leak definitely having internet issues, because I think he just took Bergeron out without him being able to see him. A little bit further out, just watching and see what was happening with his internet quite outside of the battle, but interesting what's going on, especially after the whole like incident a second ago with him suddenly lagging across multiple lanes of traffic. Not sure what's going on tonight. But Haskell...
Across the line, 2 to go. Haskell in that last transfer trying to put the pressure on Janis. Have a mistake from Haskell. Devin Ryan trying to capitalize.
Yeah, Ryan doing everything he can. He's had an interesting night, multiple chances in the main, but sadly never had any of the races tonight, the heats or semis, be able to make it through.
Now let's see if Devin Ryan now needs to get it done. See if he can teach us a lesson like an elementary teacher and teach us a little capitalization. And speaking of that, there it is. Haskell's down. Devin Ryan on call. He just passed the class with an A.
Oh, who's that also down? That would be... this is Lapper.
He was just cruising out of the way, I believe, beside the track. Letting everybody race on through. 5th spot now is Jesse Mullins. He's got a lot of room to make up, but Mullins rejoining the racing. Probably didn't play much during his suspension, knowing him.
Oh, yeah, Mullins down, and then behind him, Haskell down again.
Bergeron's down, Wheels is down, so everyone in the top 10 is down. That's not in a transfer spot. So I think we're pretty well set here with our top 4s. The gap's 10 seconds back to Mullins. And the white flag flies. So give some love to Matt Burkeen out in the number 1 ride on the number 8.
Getting a little saucy over that wall jump.
Standard sit down everywhere style from Matt Burkeen. Well,
yeah, while you were gone, I was just talking about that, just saying if he looks a little bit odd on the track compared to others, he's the only guy out there that sits down a good 95% of every race.
Oh, he's the only fast guy. Let's watch him. I guarantee we get a flip or something over the finish.
Nope, nothing.
Oh, he's going to launch. Oh, he's trying to not get into the other straightaway. He doesn't want to cause a problem for someone else. Looks like Janis going to get the 2nd spot. No, he's over the berm. So Brock Pearson going to take the 2 spot.
Yeah, Ryan's going to get through as well.
Ryan, then Janis. Mullins still a long ways back, so Cut's not going to make that big of a difference, I wouldn't assume. And that should set our field.
Am I the one surprised tonight to see Mullins not make a main? Huh.
I mean, his starts were terrible all night, and like I said, I'm sure he didn't play much. So
true.
He's not a guy that puts time in unless he's racing. So nice to see him back out here. And
since we have a quick intro lap, and you usually give a rundown, let me go grab a little bit more water, but I'll be back definitely in time before we get to actual racing going. So go ahead and give.
Absolutely. Well, and while we wait here for this 250 main to get set on the gate, we'll give a little sponsor love. And if you're liking the stream, log on to youtube.com/startyoursystems and check out Start Your Systems on YouTube. Follow those guys up and see a lot of awesome moto video game coverage all week long. Also, Follow twitch.tv/Motoagogo to follow our other co-commentator here, Mr. Motoagogo, on his normal channel. And while you're at it, if you're going to be over on YouTube, follow youtube.com/MotoChasin. MotoChasin stepped up, made us some sweet videos for the series, and we're on the gate. Chase DeSalle, Thomas Sillick, Fred Heather, Connor Linz, Logan McSweeney, Jeremy Cohenauer, Walter Gebhardt, Tyler Lang, Tyler Fry, Josh Reed, Eduardo Simos, Ethan Parks, Jake Rose, Aaron Bonneau, Cody Branson, Adam Holm, Connor Holyak, Kellen Brower, Tyler Lewis, Victor Nycott, Josh Betts, and Alex Carlo will be your 22-rider field 250 East main event. The warm-up lap going down here. Little parade lap action. Make sure everybody's lined up and good to go.
Looks like Jake Rose wants that curse more than anybody.
All right, so we got a 2-point title fight here, of course. Linz trailing Holyak by 2 points coming into this. What do you got? We're not going to take either of those guys off the list of picks for the win tonight. Who you got?
I say we each choose one of the two just to be fun with it. Maybe flip a coin on it. Let's just go ahead. If you want either or, so I'll call one Holyak. So I'll say Holyak.
I'll go with Linz. I'm good with that.
Makes it a little more exciting, since they're, within such a close battle. You might as well go with each, but there's a lot of good good guys out there. Like Rose had a great ride tonight. Trying to think, DeSalle, even though he had a little bit of a bad start, he started getting it together later in the day. A lot of guys out there could win it, but good racing coming up. Here we go, line up on the gate.
All right, I'm Team Linz. Moto is Team Holyak. Put in chat who you're with. Are you with Moto or are you with Chex? Who you got? Who you got?
Guys. Yeah, let us know. But here we go. Once again, 250 main here at Detroit. Excited to see how we all light up, and everybody wants his first turn.
And Kellen Brower taking forever to load in here.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully he doesn't time out on the gate. That'd be a bummer for all the SYS fans. Here at round number 12 of the MotoOption Supercross Series, presented by Racetech Suspension and Engines. We're about to drop the gate. 250 East action.
Oh, looks like Kellen is in.
I'm watching my boy Linz on the start, but I'm calling a Brower whole shot here.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to watch Brower off the start here. Let's see how he does. And gate is down.
Oh, Linz with a huge jump out of the start. Brower's two-stroke power on the outside, pulling him hard, though.
Brower gets bumped, but he's still
Tyler
up.
Fry on the outside. And Victor Nycott leads the way. Kellen Brower in the 2 spot, and Connor Linz in 3rd.
I honestly thought Brower was going to get the lead there out of the second turn, but Nycott's still going to hold on to it. You said Linz right there with him. Fry and Cohenauer up the inside.
Let's keep an eye here on our top 3 as Brower and Linz both in there, and I know everyone wants to see Kellen throw her down and get into the lead.
Yeah, everybody out there in chat land, be sure, because he'll go back there and watch this later. Be sure to give him all the praise, how well he's doing already. Little sketch into the sand, doesn't matter. Going to hold on to that second spot. Nycott running away a little bit already.
Brower going to get that 3-3.
Oh,
down
Lynn's
the rhythm.
Big hit in the middle of that, trying to go for it. Ace in the triple.
And lap number 1 in the books. Nycott leads the way. Brower, Linz, Fry, and Adam Holm are your top 5. Up into the stands they go. Oh, mistake by Brower allows Linz into the number 2 ride.
Holm makes a big mistake as well. Brower once again coming off of a lot of confidence last week, getting a top 5 amazing ride for him. Let's see if he can back it up again tonight. Of course, 2 different classes. Last week was 450s. This week, back on the East Coast too.
We were still in Indianapolis on the East Coast last week, Moto. Where the heck have you been?
I'm so tired tonight. I'm sorry to get to anybody if I sound so loopy out of it. I just have not felt all day. Ugh.
Moto didn't even get on a plane and he's jet lagged.
Dude, I have not felt well. But either way, I don't care. Still getting top 5 last week. Looking amazing. Kellen doing well again tonight. I don't know where my mind is, but we're still here.
Who is doing amazing is Tyler Fry. This is probably the best performance I've ever seen him in the pro class, running up in the 4 spot, putting the pressure on Brower right now.
Yeah, not in a hateful way at all. It's definitely getting a lot more TV time than we've seen him do. Oh, as we say that, commentator's curse.
There goes Cohenauer. And there's finally we find Connor Holyak. He's up into the top 5 ride.
And Nycott solid out front still. Linz, Nycott, actually, let's check really quick. Lead of about 3 seconds, roughly, so not a bad ride for him. Lynn's right behind. Kellen's still Kohenauer. Holiak, right there with Kohenauer. Landing at the tough blocks, but still keep it on 2 wheels.
Oh, Linz is on the ground, off the bike, and Kellen Brower going to go into the number 2 spot, and Nycott's lead is going to expand a little bit more.
Yeah, Kohenauer is going to get back going again. He's going to have Holiak right behind him.
And now Holiak, your points leader, off the track, but he is in front of his title rival, Connor Linz. They're in the 4 and 5 spots. We're going to have to keep an eye on these guys. It's getting close to the end of this 250 East Series. Points are important.
Yeah, it's getting close to the end of the series, but nowhere near close to the end of this race. We've still got 12 minutes plus 1 lap, so a lot of good battling here ahead of us, hopefully.
And there's going to be a few more laps as Kohenauer puts Holiak up at the berm to hold the spot. As I say, we're going to see a lot more laps tonight because we're under a minute lap times again, and the timed race is going to add the laps up. Here goes Holiak down the inside of Kohenauer over the triple.
Kohenauer cross. Oh!
Comes up short.
Yeah,
Lynn's now right there on both of them. Lynn's going to sneak attack both of them down the inside. Puts Holiak on the ground. That could have been a championship pass right there. Connor Lynn's leaves his title rival laying in the dirt. Holiak gets back going in the 5 spot still, but under heavy pressure from the Moto Chasing boys, Tyler Lang and Josh Betts.
And if they get it back together, you know there's no way that Holiak is going to let that go by once again. I think Holiak is going to have something to say if of course, they get back together again, which probably should see tonight.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Holiak, the anger that I'm sure he's experiencing right now, allows him to go faster or makes him make more mistakes. It could rattle him.
Yeah, he's going to watch that thumb pump throughout the night.
And the pass was aggressive, but it's a title battle, and it wasn't overly aggressive. Lynn's rode out of it like nothing happened.
No, it just pushed him super high, and, Holiak could have braked a little bit more than he did, but, aggressive, but not a punt. So.
Not a way to make friends.
Yeah, there you
also
go.
Not across the line either.
Yeah, definitely. A little bit of a freezy move if I saw one recently. Oh, and he goes legs off.
So that's going to pull Josh Betts up into the number 5 ride. Josh Betts might be looking at his first career top 5 here in Race Factory Pro competition. Obviously sporting that number 96. Only scores a few points a year. Long-time racer on the RF circuit. And looking good here for the 96 early on for Josh Betts.
Also DeSelle up here having a good ride. Mentioned him at the very beginning of this race.
Kellen Brower is disappeared at the moment in the number 4 spot.
Oh.
And by disappeared, he is gone. Now, we all know from watching his streams, his internet does suck sometimes. So
oh, no.
He very well is racing and should come back. We're hoping. We'll have to keep an eye on that
there
situation.
He is. Yep, he's back here. Oh, he does have a massive lag bubble. Lynn's right behind him. Got rocketed off the track, so his leg's off. Next behind him is DeSelle, Betts, and then Holiak. I think Kellen's router is dying.
He's back on the track in the number 2 ride. So everyone else probably scared to get near him.
Yeah, I would not want to. We've seen the Aussie lag. Nobody wants to get near the Kellen router lag, that's for sure. The Kohenauer next in line. Crazy events tonight, but right now Nycott's is getting that much more of a space. He's still within 1 fall off though.
Battle for 4th and 5th. Chase DeSelle trying to put the pressure on Connor Lynn's. Lynn's, of course, trying to make up points and get that points lead back from Holiak, who's back in 6th. Lynn's runs 4th. Looking at the fast laps, Nycott 57.2, Brower 57.2, Kohenauer 57.3, Connor Lynn's 56 flat, 57.1 for DeSelle, and a 55.8 for Holiak. Holiak the fastest lap so far in the top 6. As they come across, he drops it to a 55.7. Holiak smelling blood in the water right now. He wants this championship. He's going after it. He's got Chase DeSelle and Connor Lynn's right in front of him. He's looking to repay a favor.
You got to keep an eye on Holiak here. Oh, I don't know how he saved that. Pike save of the night. If I was drinking, I would absolutely have to take a shot on that one.
Holy about yacked on that one.
Did you see him scrub into the face of that Dragon's back?
He is absolutely laying it down. He taped the IOU from Connor Lynn's on his bar pad, and he's coming to repay a debt right now on the number 18 rider who sits just 2 spots in front of him, and he can see him.
Yeah, he definitely wants
is
this.
railing right now. He's got Chase DeSalle in the way, and DeSalle, if you're smart, you might want to just get out of the way. The freight train is coming through, and he ain't stopping for anyone. I don't know, Hoyak scrubbing the finish line and rider down. He's going to go around the outside. That's Kohenauer. That was down. That's going to move everyone up a spot.
Wow.
Kohenauer drops to the 6th spot. Hoyak up to 5th. Hey, we're 8 minutes into this. You know what that means?
That's halfway mark. Who are we doing a rundown tonight for?
Our leader is on the ground, so we're going to have a new one. So before we do that,
Hoyak down
on the number 38 machine. 5-Man Water SYS Racing. 2-stroking Kellen Brower. What a perfect time to go to the front of the field. This top 10 rundown going to be brought to you by the fine folks over at versuspc.com. Log on, get yourself a new PC or parts for your PC, upgrade your PC, get something. Send me an email, chris@racefactorgaming.com. I'll get you set up with those guys. Get a little discount and a little love. Kellen Brower leading the way on the 38 machine. Got some lappers in front of him, but he's looking to maybe take a win here in RF Supercross. Running in the 2 spot, Connor Lynn's charging hard, trying to run down the 38 machine. He's 7 seconds behind. Then comes Connor Hoyak, staring at that IOU, not even watching where he's going. Just put it on autopilot. It's got her pinned. He's going to repay a debt. Then we got the 34 of Chase DeSalle, Prime Design Graphics, number 34, runs in 4th and rounding out the top 5. Still in the top 5 ride. Give it up for the 96 of Josh Betts on the Moto Chasing machine, tearing it up. Very good performance right now from Josh Betts, gelling well here with the Detroit circuit. Then back in the number 6 spot, we find Jeremy Kohenauer, MV Films, number 42. And Tyler Fry, Team Volcom on the 127, runs in the 7th spot. Tyler Fry, another good performance. Like I said earlier, anywhere in the top 10, solid ride for Tyler Fry. Then back in the number 8 ride, we find the Heckman Productions, number 84 of Ethan Triptez Parks. In 9th, we find Thomas Silic, Team Architect on the 428 ride. And rounding out your top 10, the 66 of Alex Carlo. That top 10 rundown brought to you by versuspc.com.
By the way, during that top 10 rundown, did you see Nikot's rest in peace into the flaggers post?
I did not.
I don't know if he just set his controller down and called it done, or and Kellen's down in the lead with legs off, sadly. So here comes Lynn's lead. But yeah, on the inside, when we're doing a rundown of Kellen, in the background, he just absolutely ran into the flaggers tower and DC'd.
Ouch. So Brower drops from 1st to 3rd, and our title combatants are now 1st and 2nd. As of right now, if they finish like this, Connor Lynn's will regain the red plate by 1 point. Of course, there's a 2-point gap coming in between these guys. Hoyak with the lead. 3-point gap, though, between 1st and 2nd in the race.
I'm very excited to see this come down to the wire, especially, as you said earlier, Hoyak has a little bit of a gift for Lynn's, I am guaranteeing right now.
Yeah, I'm guessing he went to the same market that Jordan Vanderlee shops at and might have bought a bomb or two. He's going to try to blow him up.
I thought Hoyak was going over the bars there. Kellen still has decent drive behind him, and even in the background, you can see DeSalle behind them as well. So,
yeah, DeSalle been riding well the last few weeks, especially tonight. He's been looking good.
Lynn's a little bit of a stake in the sand. It might allow Hoyak. He does. He rails a lot better in it.
We'll check the lap times now. These guys are in the 1 and 2 rides and see what they are, see where the gap's at. It's at 2 seconds right now. Across the line they go. Connor Lynn's 55.7. That's his fastest lap of the race. Hoyak says, I'll beat that. 55.5, his fastest lap of the race.
Crazy lap times already here tonight.
Oh, mistake from Lynn's, but he pulls out of it no problem.
Keep trying to switch between these two to get them both in the screen.
Insane.
Yeah, Hoyak absolutely railing all night. That's one thing I've noticed about his drive compared to Lynn's. Lynn seems to have better rhythms, but Hoyak just absolutely destroys the turns here.
Absolutely. The timing a little better for Linz. Maybe hits his marks a little better. But corner speed, Holiak's almost a gear higher, it seems, as he's trying to get around a lapped rider who's in the main line, and Holiak slides it out. Here comes Brower. Kellen sees the 15 right back in front of him again.
As much as Kellen wants to get a first or even top two, do you want to get in between these two right now in this points battle? Like, do you want to be part of this aggressive battle?
Well, you know Kellen's going to race. He's going to race hard as he can, but as clean as he can as well.
True, of course. I'm just meaning it that with them battling, I don't know if, you'd never want to get in the middle of a cat fight, pretty much. But it could work to his advantage as well. They can battle it out and allow it. Oh, his big mistake by Holiak.
Here comes DeSalle now. And much like we saw earlier, when Holiak got taken out, he had a couple laps there where the wheels kind of came off. He can't afford that right now this late in the race.
Kellen, I thought, going into the tough blocks, but holding on still to second place. Right now, Linz with a lead of 6.9, let's just say.
Holiak trying to work the way around the lap rider. That's a good job by the 182, getting out of the way. Letting these guys race on through, and I don't think he realized that DeSalle was that close as he's trying to get out of the way again. Heads up, lapped rider skills there. I'm going to go find out who that is and give him some love.
You're talking about on the cow? You're talking about on...
No, the moto chasing rider of Tyler Lang on the 182 machine.
Yeah, I'd say that was also Big Fluffy there, sadly. Making a little mistake there, but one of his few pro races, so he's still getting used to that.
Oh, Brower with a mistake. And allow Holiak to close up a little bit. Problem for Holiak is he's got to get through Brower, and then he's got about 9 seconds to make up on our leader, Connor Linz, and we're getting late in this thing.
Oh, Brower with a huge mistake.
Holiak back into the 2 ride. And DeSalle and Brower side by side.
I'll have to adjust that for next week. It's because of different bit rate. I just
DeSalle squares up on Brower and then goes down. Unfortunately for him, he is laying in the dirt. Brower going to speed away with that final podium's position. All right, they're going to grab the white flag next time around. So about 2 laps to go. Connor Linz leads the way. Holiak desperately trying to close the gap. He made up a second the last lap around. It's an 8-second lead. And a lot of lappers in front of Connor Linz. Things definitely not over, as there's a huge pileup of lappers. I thought they were going to go down right there. They did not. Linz needs to get through these guys safely.
Yeah, Linz
doing 3 of them all in the same corner as him. One of them that's killing her slides out. Linz slides out with him. Here comes Holiak.
Yeah, it wasn't quite a legs off. If that was a legs off, definitely probably would have lost his position, but just slide out. That's better than nothing for Holiak.
Down in the corner again. Connor Linz going to grab that white flag over the finish line. 1 to go. 4 seconds. Holiak throwing everything he's got into this, trying to run down the 18 machine and can hold on to the red plate.
Yep, as you said, if Linz wins this, he'll be up by 1 point going into the next round.
Holiak's got a lapper in front of him. Actually, a couple of them separate them. Linz needs to be mistake-free here.
Yeah, one of those you have to push as hard as you can, yet be careful and keep on 2 wheels. Oh, is that the No. Thought that was a mistake right there. Got big swap.
1 more rhythm in a corner to go for Connor Linz. Take yet another victory and take back the red plate. Team Architect, number 18, Connor Linz wins Detroit.
He's happy with that one. Holiak, great ride. Came right up within about 3 seconds. Really good ride for him.
Oh, Holiak's flipping bike almost took a rider out.
Kellen Brower, solid ride. Proud of him for a podium. Good job to Kellen.
Second career RF Supercross podium for the number 38, Kellen Brower.
Yeah, definitely has to be happy with that one.
Oh, DeSalle's down. Here comes Josh Betts.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be a career best for Betts either way. But instead of a 5th, Josh Betts on the team Moto Chasing Ride goes and finishes 4th place in Detroit. Pumped up over the finish with a bike hump. Nice ride from Josh Betts.
Also, best career for pro. Ethan Parks Tripped has taken a 6 tonight. really happy
He's
as well.
also bike humping over the finish. Here comes Thomas Sillick and Adam Holm battling out. Sillick going to take 7th. Holm going to take the 8th spot. Simos 9th and Kohenauer 10th. Cuts are in. Top 10's going to switch around a little bit. Holm is going to pass Sillick for that 7th spot. And other than that, it stays the same.
Like it. Of course, 450 line up. Check on the line as we get 1 second to stretch before a long main.
It is Tyson Fresquez, Spencer Turley, Ryan Mahan, Matthias Janis, Sean Klein, Clay Alfrey, Devin Ryan, Jack Haley, Toby Stocks, James Armstrong, Devin Davis, Jeremy Shipley, Bryce Whelan, Jeremy Smith, Jeremy Henners, Jeff Cooper, Casey Ohlert, Dominic Tiberino, Alex Heckman, Dylan Copeland, Matt Burkeen, and Brock Pearson rounding out the field.
I think again for one of those flying rundowns, you give those away really fast. So it works out. A lot of guys down in the first corner, of course, being the warm-up lap. Smith wants that curse.
Smith's not just going to get the curse on the warm. He's going to win this main event.
I know, yeah.
That's my pick.
He's going to pull out the Fresquez effect. Let's see. Besides him tonight, let's see. You know what? I'm going to call a total curveball. Let's go to Klein. See if he can pull it off tonight.
He did win his heat. I'm sure you saw in the qualifier the Shipley in the semi jumping that huge line out of the first corner.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Is it a quad or is it a triple?
It's a 5. It's a double 5. Somehow they're getting lift off that. The thing is completely flat. There's no lip.
Yeah, just massive seat bounce, I guess, and shift up. I don't know. It's that's pretty crazy.
I will be right back to call.
Check errors has left your channel.
All right, here we go. 450 main event, 20 minutes plus 1 lap. Oh, and I got hiccups, of course, right as we go in here. Let's go Shipley off the start here. Actually, you know what? Let's give you guys a treat.
Check errors has
All right,
Let's
left your
go
channel.
Davis off the start on board. Show you guys his first turn. 450 main event again at Detroit.
Gates down. Looks like a great jump for the 4, the 1, and the 33. Fresquez going to lead the way. Smith tucks it tight, though. And Bryce Whelan takes it. Jeremy Smith was laying on the ground, leaving the turn. Bryce Whelan, Tyson Fresquez, James Armstrong, your top 3.
As we go on board with Davis, that just shows the perils of racing sometimes. You don't always go down because you make a mistake. You went down because somebody else was flipping into his lane early. But here we go. Tyson Fresquez in second with Armstrong, Allhart, and Burkeen right behind our leader.
Taps Fresquez's rear wheel, somehow doesn't go down, but Bryce Whelan leading the way, and man, he looked really good in that heat race.
As Sid Whelan looking through to see Armstrong as well, looking through Spencer Turley up in here, Shipley, Mahan, Smith, Alfrey, Tiberino.
Oh, pass for the lead. Fresquez gets around Whelan. Whelan made a mistake down the rhythm. Fresquez says, see you later. He's been looking off all night, and now Fresquez main event time. Look where he's at, up front. His teammate Armstrong trying to come right with him.
And right now, Fresquez always seeming to just pull it out of nowhere throughout the night, but probably runs a bunch of laps while the 250 races are going on. I don't blame him if he does. Whelan looking solid. Armstrong, he's been one of those guys you could never count out.
Oh,
yeah, trying to go up the
Armstrong was
inside.
really aggressive right there. He's known to be aggressive. Armstrong not scared, and he doesn't want his teammate to get away. He's got an opening on Whelan there and doesn't quite close the door. Whelan goes for that triple. Armstrong gets around him.
Yeah, nice job by Armstrong being able to, being sure not to clip him on the way by. Oh, a little sideways of sand, but holds on to it.
Fan section, a little awkward, giving everyone problems tonight, it seems. Whelan going to make a mistake in that rhythm again. Not too costly as he's able to still triple out. Oh, Burkeen gets into Ohlert, puts them both on the ground. And now Haley's got to check up, and Jeff Cooper going to slide on by.
Yeah, Whelan, these top 3 are going to separate just a bit from the rest of the pack. It's kind of funny. Donovan says that exactly. I was thinking in the back of my head that Armstrong's ride looks identical to pretty much Josh Grant's setup. It's pretty cool to see. Same
Looks
number,
pretty
everything.
sweet.
Definitely. Right now, Fresquez. I mean, Armstrong is holding right up there with Fresquez, and we usually put Fresquez on that pedestal, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's absolutely the fastest guy and one of the best riders out there, but always good to see somebody be able to charge and, you know, keep pace.
I feel like Armstrong actually maybe a little bit faster. He kind of closed that gap up on Fresquez. They're going to run different lines down this rhythm. We'll see how that works out.
Yeah, Fresquez has been taking that inside that
Think about
Armstrong
the
just
same.
did throughout most of the night, but Looks like he's switching it back up for the
Oh,
main.
Fresquez clips. That's going to put Armstrong right up on him.
Yeah,
and
taking
Whelan
that
is there,
inside.
too. Free rider freight train separating themselves from the rest of the field.
Hate to use the sport as always through stuff like this, but very much like NASCAR, when as the race goes on, you usually see a lead pack separate. And these three are definitely taking the lead engine of this train that's going through.
Whelan definitely had his text or notebook out during that 250 man, was watching Holiak because his corner speed also ridiculous right now. The way he's railing the berm's almost identical to what Holiak was doing.
Not sure who that was stuffed up in the berm there, but luckily was not. Oh, Armstrong, bit of a head shake. And then
He takes Whelan down, and Fresquez says, thank you very much. Those guys had a 14-second lead already over fourth place, which is now Jeremy Henner's on the 14 ride.
Yeah, good to see Henner is having a good ride tonight after his SYS partner, Kellen, doing really well tonight in third place.
For sure. Ohlert, great ride so far. He had a good heat race, came straight into the main out of that heat race. Now he just gets passed by Jack Haley on the 26.
As we always talk about lately, especially, that tough luck's gonna be like magnets some nights, and definitely got stuck up in them. Turley with a pretty good ride up here in his Galaxy gear.
Battle for second is still on between Whelan and Armstrong, although they've lost touch by 12 seconds to Fresquez after that fall off.
Yeah, definitely something you don't want to see in the first 4 minutes of your main, is letting Tyson get away from you. Oh, Whelan with a good drive to that dragon back.
Whelan, see if he jumps that triple. No, he doesn't go for it this time. He's all over the back wheel of Armstrong.
Yeah, I think he only didn't go for the triple because he knew that Armstrong wasn't going to go for it either.
Whelan inside.
Yep, here we go. Let's see. Inside works, just not as good of a drive out.
I'm going to split rhythms here. Whelan not quite cleaning.
Actually, to go on board with Whelan for a second here. I'm going to watch to see how he chases Armstrong.
Interestingly enough, these guys' fast lap is actually a few tenths faster than Fresquez's fast lap, who's leading the way. These guys at 53.8, Fresquez at 54.1.
Yeah, right now, Whelan looking solid behind Armstrong.
That's carrying a ridiculous pace for sure.
Really hoping that they end up catching up quite a bit to Fresquez and, you know, it actually gets a battle going again, but of course that's going to probably require Fresquez to at least go down once.
Whelan trumps that triple in out of the inside. I don't feel like any of those lines are any faster. They're all the same. It's just whichever one you're comfortable with, I guess.
Yeah, at this point, it's just pretty much they're just riding, as it's dumb as it always sounds, a roller coaster, just keeping one solid momentum and keeping a pace lap in, lap out, hoping to catch up to the leader and waiting for, you know, the one ahead to make a mistake, which would be Armstrong at this point.
For sure, and they are catching the leader. They took 2 seconds out of the lead already.
Yeah, you can definitely see Fresquez in the next lane over every time we'd go back through those windy switchbacks.
Fresquez now in the lappers, so that could benefit these guys if they just keep the pace going.
Did you see Armstrong slip on that wall?
Absolutely, yeah. You got a little bit of a cross-up going in the air. And here goes Whelan back to that inside again. Looks like he's going to make it work. He's going to be stuck on the outside.
Armstrong, yep, going outside.
Careful of the cross jump there. Armstrong gives him room.
Yeah, Armstrong's being very clean about it, staying within his quote-unquote half of the track.
Man, these battles are so fun to be a part of. So hard to run this pace without making a mistake with somebody with you, and they're side by side. Up into the stands they're going to go. Whelan going to be stuck on the outside, going to try to tuck back under.
Great pass back by Armstrong there.
They're still cutting into the gap. Even though they're battling, they're carrying speed while doing it. Whelan's corner speed almost gets into the back of Armstrong. Looks like he has a look up the inside, tucks back in.
Whelan with a little bit of a huck in the middle of that landing of that dragging back down, but doesn't really seem to bother him too much. Amazing racing here from these two.
Whelan going to go inside in the sand again. But Armstrong executes the outside clean that time, so he's not able to get around. But the nice thing is if he's not following, even if there's a mistake from Armstrong, he's safe. Wow.
Yeah, the battle is just rages on.
Still the same speed. Both of them in the 54s that time around. Tyson's leads down to 8 seconds, and he's got a ton of lappers in front of him.
Yeah, anything could happen. We've seen Tyson make quite a few mistakes tonight from other riders and not really on his own, so We'll see if that plays any factor.
Oh,
Oh, and
Whelan with a
Whelan with a
slide out.
mistake. Yep.
That's going to separate them just a little bit. Now Armstrong left without any pressure behind him to go after Fresquez, and who's still in heavy lappers.
Yeah, right behind them. Proud to see. Looks like Allhart and Haley. There was. I could have swore I saw. Oh, never mind. For some reason, my cam showed that Skline was in fourth for a second there. That was odd. Never mind.
Right, while things are spread out, we're a little bit before the halfway point. Let's go ahead and knock out this top 10 rundown before the action heats back up.
Sounds good. Who's the
Leading the way.
450 presented by?
The 450s, oh, I don't know. Who should we? How about Motoagogo? Twitch.tv/Motoagogo. That's right, the guy calling the races with me has his own Twitch channel. Go over there and hit that follow button, will you? Do us all a favor. Leading the way,
Go ahead.
number 1, Tyson Fresquez, Team Volcom. 10 laps in, James Armstrong runs in the 2 spot, and I believe Armstrong with the fastest lap on the track, 53.8. Getting it done, got a lapper.
Oh,
Terrible
no.
re-entry from Alfrey, puts him down, so now second place goes to Bryce Whelan. Armstrong is probably not real happy right now.
Still stuck in the hub flexes, trying to get back up. Keep an eye behind him. Finally getting going again. He does another lapper on his inside.
So Bryce Whelan's in second, James Armstrong third. Running in fourth, great performance, just gelling with this track tonight. Casey Ohlert, Team TBR. Had that qualifying run right out of the heat race, and now running fourth in the main. He's being followed up by Relax Attire Ride, number 26, Jack Haley. Finding number 44, Toby Stocks, Team Dirt Shark, the Aussie lag sensation. Riding in the 6th ride, being chased heavily right now by Vitamin Water SYS Racing, number 14, Jeremy Henners. And he's got some heavy pressure from the TBR ride. My pick to win this thing, Jeremy Smith. He's going to try to get around Henners here and goes down. He's going to be back up and going before his TBR teammate Dominic Fro Tibolino comes around in the number 9 spot on the number 77. And then rounding out the top 10, hey, we need to give this guy a shout out anyways, Matthias Janus, Team Relax Attire. And remember, tomorrow night, twitch.tv/Matthias_43. Check out the live stream of all the amateur Tiger Designs presented by FamilyMex Supercross. It's amateurs taking the course tomorrow night. And that top 10 rundown brought to you by Motoagogo.
And of course, tomorrow night, that'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern, not 10 p.m. tonight like we usually do for the pro night. So, yeah, definitely check out his streams tomorrow. After me doing it for 2 years, always glad to see a pro step up and take over. But right now, Fresca is still solid out front, sitting at a 10.5 second lead. Stretched himself out a little bit from Whelan, as well as Armstrong after, sadly, the lapper holding him up earlier. Top 5 still, though, as we just went through. Allhart and Haley looks like we might have a good battle here warming
that's
up.
The battle I'm watching right now. Jack Haley trying to close in on Casey Ohlert. Last lap around, 56.3 for Haley, 56.5 for Ohlert. So just a couple tenths. Haley trying to run him down. Ryder getting back going there. I think that was Shipley going a lap down.
Yeah, surprising for Shipley. Usually a top 10 at the least. Runner.
These guys closed up on Armstrong, who was getting up from a crash. So now we have a 3-rider fight going on here.
Haley, I thought, going down there, holds on to it. But yeah, as you said, Armstrong right there with him.
That's for the final podium spot. This battle, of course, could have championship implications as Armstrong sits third in the series, and he's only 15 points behind Jeremy Shipley, so he's trying to run him down here in the title fight. Needs to get this third, especially with Shipley buried in the field.
Here comes Haley up the inside. Oh, wow. Hey, Allhart just decided, hey, let's go ahead and give you that one. I'm just going to take a nap on the inside of this berm.
Looking for a battle, and man, these guys are spread out. Jack Haley trying to run down Armstrong, but they're a couple seconds apart.
Oh, Henners and Toby Stocks are both down at the lip of the triple. And a bummer, Henners was having a great ride earlier. Still in a decent position, but just not as good as he was. Tiberino's going to get by.
I mean, I guess there's a battle for 19th and 20th place between Shipley and Devin Davis.
I got a little bit of battle here, Tiberino and Henners.
That's actually right in front of the battle I was just talking about there. A lap down to those guys. scary thing is like if you're Tiberino and Henners, you're racing, and I'm guessing Davis and Shipley are still running a fast pace right behind them. Both those guys can run in the top 5 as well.
Ooh, Tiberino with a big slide out there.
Henners is going to move by, and the Tiberino gives him the love tap into the corner. Puts himself on the ground.
Going through everybody here, giving a little bit of TV time to everybody. Not a lot going on. As you said, Pearson versus Turley here. Little battle. Turley not close to... Oh, backing off. I was wondering why he went so wide, but there goes Armstrong up the inside, being a good lapper.
Yeah, and Turley going to have another blue bar there. Actually, Dylan Copeland right in front of these guys. Actually, not anymore. He's down.
Yep, Copeland
Pearson down. Here goes Turley. Says, I'll take that one. And now he's all over Pearson.
And looking back up.
What's up, my dude? Spencer Turley getting landed on, but rides away from it. What's up, y'all?
Looking through the rest of the pack really quick. Not a lot going on.
Wow, so spread out. Armstrong is actually closed on Whelan, and the gap for the lead is now 24 seconds. So Whelan definitely had a mistake. So Armstrong going to try to come back. Maybe these guys will get hooked up in another epic freight train battle like that going on earlier.
And well, not a whole lot's going on. I might as well just go on board with the man, myth, and legend, Tyson Fresquez, and kind of watch him get around this track for a little bit and put on a little clinic for us.
I'll let you know if anything tightens up behind while you're watching Fresquez do work on the #1 machine.
Okay, we're at 14, so probably another, I'd say, possible 7 laps left in this race. Well, 6 after this, I guess I should say. I like it. Kellenbeck coming back into chat. First thing he says is, darn, I want to win. I'd be pretty damn happy with my second ever podium.
All right, well, I know you always want to give love to your buddies, so you can go on back to the 13 and 14 spot, and you're going to find your buddies Alex Heckman and Sean Klein trying to do some battle.
Of course, 2 of the people that actually know what this made are battling it out.
And they're actually right behind. What's up, y'all? Spencer Turley checking into the number 11 ride. My name's Alex Heckman, and I'm chasing him down, and Sean Klein and Brock Pearson, they're all actually right together. Big 4-rider train onto the start straight.
That's great to see them all in here. Klein always... Oh, looks like Heckman with a bit of a mistake there. Oh, and getting a little sideways into that. I don't know how he was able to 180 immediately on that turn.
Yeah, he whipped that thing around. Now Klein with a mistake. Pearson giving chase, but he's also got Ohlert blue bar in him right now.
Oh,
a couple seconds,
Heckman goes down.
Yeah. Bad news, I saw Ohlert actually flip off the train. I think Jack Haley got collected. I'm going to check up. Somehow Jeremy Smith has found himself all the way up to the 4 spot. Ohlert's back going in 5 spot, and here comes Jack Haley 6th, and Fresquez is lapping inside the top 5.
And Ohlert down.
Down again.
Yeah.
What in the heck is going on right
Tyson
now?
up to, as you said, lapped up to 5th now. That's just insane.
All kinds of shakeups. But Fresquez, 22 seconds out front. Whelan 2nd with 5 seconds on Armstrong. 18 back is Henners. 11 back to Haley. Then Henners. Toby Stocks and Henners. There's the battle. 6 and 7 on the racetrack.
Yeah, I have to say I agree. It looks like Henners and Stocks probably about the closest we got right now.
Stocks giving chase. Looking at their fast laps, they couldn't be much closer either. 55 flat for Stocks, 55-1 for Henners. Henners with a big mistake. Gets back going. Stocks with a little mistake. Oh, yeah, they're about to be bar to bar. Up into this triple they go.
Again, I apologize. You guys can't see the exact lap timer tonight. Changing up my bit rate. I have a 16:10 monitor, which is weird. 16:9 stream, and I forgot to adjust it exactly. But we are on almost lap 20 right now. But if you look up in the corner, we're at 17 and a half minutes.
Stocks to the inside. Got to be careful, too. Stocks has that massive lag bubble.
And he's got that boner air and does not hold on. But as I was going to say really quick, we're at lap 20 right now, which would usually be the end of the race. But now with the new ruling, 20 minutes plus 1 lap. So we still got a good 3 laps left.
We got a couple of teammates battling for that number 7 spot right now. Dominic Fro Tibolino holds the spot. His teammate Casey Oller, who's obviously up in that 4 spot for a long time, try and make something happen and go after him. He actually lost some time there as he went to be a good lapper, get out of the way of Bryce Whelan. That still looks like the best battle on the track. Actually, Toby Stocks now moves up on Ollert. We're 8th and 9th. Stocks trying to close the door, but again, these guys battling up inside the top 10, but they have lappers. You know, they have Armstrong coming around now. They're trying to race forward, but they also don't want to get in trouble for not getting out of the way as a lapper.
Yeah, definitely a hard choice at times because, as you just said, you definitely, don't want to lose your own position, but you want to make sure you don't get in the way of others.
Oh, Stocks with an
there's the
aggressive line up the
pass.
inside.
Not quite.
Makes me nervous every time he does that because I know he's got a huge lag bubble, and he takes some aggressive lines up the inside of guys.
Hard little tiny mistake through the whoops, not too bad. Stock's still right there behind him. I agree. In chat also mentioning that he's lapped all the way up to 5th place, just absolutely flying for Fresquez tonight.
So now Stocks is the gap in front of him. I mean, he's nose to tire with Ollert, but he's also got the blue bar down almost under a second and a half. When do you get out of the way? And now they have Fro Tibolino in front of him, and it takes the 2 TBR teammates out. Bummer for those guys.
Yeah, all hard down, as you just said. Bummer for them.
Toby Stocks goes up into the 7 position. We're going to reset, look for another battle.
Looks like Smith in 4th just got lapped by Fresquez. So Fresquez chasing 3rd place once again.
Armstrong still trying to claw away at that number 2 spot of Whelan. It's about 2.5 seconds. Armstrong with it. Great performance. Whelan, great ride.
What is the fastest lap for Tyson right now? I'm curious. Let's see. Fastest lap, 53.5.
53.5 for Whelan and a 53.4 for Armstrong.
Jeez, these guys are absolutely on it tonight. He has a 23-second lead right now.
So I'm watching Jeremy Smith right now as he's actually chasing Fresquez around. He has a 53.8 fast lap, so he's on the pace as well. Running in 4th, but he's running it a lap down.
Yeah, I think he just wants to hook on and just go with him for a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I'm a rider in the field and I see Tyson come through and I see a number 4 coming with him, I assume he's the leader too.
Yep, true.
How many times have we seen these guys nose to tail like this at the end of a main event, but actually battling for the win? The white flag's flying. Tyson Fresquez into the last turn. The winner in Detroit, the number 1 Team Volcom ride. Tyson Fresquez wins another one.
As Smith getting right through right there, so he doesn't have to take a whole nother lap as Haley goes through as well. And trying to get up to 2nd, so Whelan is going to be your actual next one through.
And Armstrong actually laying on the ground, doesn't have anything to get up for. His 4th place has been lapped, and so he's locked into the podium. Bryce Whelan, great performance, BGFX ride, number 67. Bryce Whelan, awesome job coming up in the number 2 ride, and then we find James Armstrong, Team Volcom on the number 33. Gonna take the final podium spot.
Dirty scrub off the finish line there.
And then Smith 4th, of course, but a lap down. Then Haley, Henners, Stocks, Tibolino, Ollert, and Matthias Janis round out your top 10. We wait for Sean Klein to come around in the 11 spot. That'll do it. Cuts are in. Guessing with everything so spread out, nothing probably changed, and nothing in the top 10 did change. That's been racing from Detroit. Round number 12, MotoOption Supercross Series, presented by Race Tech Suspension and Engines.
Yeah, very interesting racing tonight, especially as we talked about earlier. The first turn going into it with so much speed and compressing your suspension so much. We saw a couple of slide outs in the heats, but it seemed like after that everybody kind of got the idea of how to take it, and a lot of fun watching racing. Saw a lot of good things tonight. Once again, congratulations, Kellen, to a top 3 podium tonight. It's awesome to see. As always, Checkers, do you have anything to say as we head on out tonight?
And that's all, folks.
And just short, simple, and sweet. Sorry again tonight if we didn't sound so enthusiastic. I just haven't felt the greatest in checkers. I don't think I was feeling exactly the same either. Oh man, but we are going to call it a night. We are old men and we're going to go to sleep. So I'll talk to you guys again next Wednesday at 10 p.m. for actual racing, 9:15 for stream start. Again, tomorrow night, guys, twitch.tv/MATIAS_43 for all your AM racing at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll see y'all later.